Didn't see you there. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. Welcome back. It's Friday. TGIF, baby. Eyes up here. See you out there. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, it's Friday. We're kicking it off on a high note today. As per usual, of course. Hope everybody's safe and sound. Hope everybody is doing well, man. Hope everybody is flying. Hope everybody's doing great. You know? Let's get comfortable, shall we? Let's get comfortable first and foremost. That's right. Today's a special day. Today's a special day. We're going to talk about a couple of different things. Okay? A couple of different things. Items on the agenda, if I may. We're going to cover break-in and entering, and we're also going to cover drones. That's right. Little B&E, little droning around. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I should let you know that despite the fact that we live in it's wonderful times, the society that we live in, it's free, it is filled with wonderful things, but every now and again you might hear a little bit of a news or a story that's a little bit unsettling. And you might hear these stories on the telly, on the YouTubes, on the TikToks, on the Instagrams, here and there, but sometimes these stories hit somewhere closer and personal. I was just walking the other day and had a little bit of a conversation. With one of my neighbors, and I'm about to tell you something that might be, this is not for the faint of heart, this is not for the weary, this is not for the weak, this is not for the types that, this is the type of story, ladies and gentlemen, that will bring you it'll bring you closer to danger. That's right, because the story's dangerous. That's right. That's what I was looking for. And here's the thing. You hear about things happening. You hear about, oh, subway this. Oh, somebody pushes somebody on the subway. Somebody, spits on somebody on the street. Somebody's just, whipping out their wiener when they're walking and it's raining and they're just peeing in the rain. And you hear all sorts of stories, but you hear it. That's all there is to it. Sometimes you might encounter them up close and personal, but other times it's just, hearsay. But when I was out earlier this week, again, I ran into one of my neighbors and we got to chatting. Beautiful lady. And we just got to do a little bit of a chit chat. How you doing? How's your week going? What are you up to? The huge. And she told me that she had a little bit of a break and entering situation. And the crazy thing is, because this is my next door neighbor, which is the craziest thing. So somebody broke into her apartment, and I was, I didn't hear a thing. She's like, yeah, did you hear something on Monday? I'm like, nope, didn't hear a thing. And well, I'm still trying to make sense of it, because you don't normally hear about these sort of things unless it's on the news, or unless it's, it's happening somewhere else. But this is close. This is like right in here's the thing. I love my neighborhood. Love my neighborhood, love my neighbors, love my community. And you don't hear too many things happening in our neighborhood, at least not so close anyway. But this was disturbing. She's like, yeah, I was about to go take a shower, and she tells me that she leaves her door open. She doesn't lock it. And as she was getting ready to go to the shower, somebody just barged in in her living room, in her apartment, which is, let's break into it, man. What is breaking and entering? You know, back in the day, people used to be a little bit more, I'm the type, here's the thing, I'm the type that likes to, be comfortable. I'm the type that likes to, growing up when I was living with my parents, with my folks, I wouldn't normally, if I were alone at home, I wouldn't normally lock the door. In our neighborhood, you close your door. You might even sometimes, you might even leave it a little bit open. Just, because, you got neighbors coming in, you got friends coming in, this, that, and the other. So, there's a little bit of it is, it's sentimental with me. It's like, oh, can we, possibly live in a community where we can just safely leave our doors open and not lock them? You know what I'm saying, fam? Just you relaxing at home, you being your true self, and where's that gone? You know what I mean? It's a little bit weird, because that's the thing. A part of me, it's just, I'm trying to digest it, so let's just talk about it together, and we'll figure it out, fam. We will figure it out as soon as I get comfortable. See? All right. So the thing is, breaking and entering, okay, let's, a little bit of it is, we were all communal people. We're all people who are, we like being in groups. We don't like being alone. I get it. Who doesn't like some company? A little part of me was a little bit jealous, because I'm like, you know what, it's been a little while since somebody, maybe I could have used the extra attention, but I don't know, man. It's disturbing. I asked her what she did. She said she kind of like maneuvered him out of the, what is that? What do you even do in that kind of situation? It's like an unexpected, all of a sudden you're like you're dancing with a bull, you know what I mean? You're doing a little bit of that dancing with the bull, and you didn't expect a bull, and all of a sudden bull's right in the middle of your house, So what do you do? What do you do? What is one to do? You could, what could you do? You could, that's the thing. If it happened to me, I don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. It's weird circumstance. What do you do? Do you invite him in? To be honest, if somebody were to break into my place, we'd sit down. You better be ready, fam. You better be ready. We're going down. We're going to do a live podcast. That's what's happening. If you happen to break in, we are, man. And it's going to be high stakes, because I don't know what kind of mental state you'll be in. And yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but it'll be interesting, to say the least. I was talking to my neighbor, and she's like, yeah, I didn't feel physically threatened by him. He wasn't the biggest guy, but at the same rate, it doesn't even matter. My mind always goes to, just like many of you guys, a million different places. So it's, yeah, what is one to do? What is one to do when he or she is placed in a situation where they're out of their comfort zone? What do you do? Do you invite them in? Do you like, hey, wasn't expecting a guest, but it'd be, you don't want to be rude. You don't want to be that guy or gal that's like, oh, because there's a good line somewhere in one of the great books, the more the merrier. More people, the merrier the sitch gets. Not all people, and probably not in all places, but nonetheless, man, you want to be comfortable, and you want your guests to be comfortable as well. But that's, you all of a sudden you become a matador. You're like, oh, are we fighting? Are we dancing? What's going on? Are you going to be exposing yourself? Are you wielding a weapon of sorts? Paper clip, a butterfly knife, a little teeny tiny, a little teeny tiny baton or a bat. Did you just fly down to South America and pick yourself up some of that? What do they call it? What is that drug? The dragon's breath? The one where it's a flower. I forget. There's a nice little documentary on it, and they blow it in your face, and you just become you become that person's. You're just willing to do anything. They'll tell you, let's go. There are documentaries on this. And I forget what it's called. I think it's called Dragon's Breath. I forget, dude. It's a flower, if I'm not mistaken, that grows on these trees in Colombia. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta look into this again. But nonetheless, man, it's crazy. There's stories of people just being, it's like the smallest little portion of that particle just, being close to you, you sniff it, and then, whoa, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's okay. And you become very open to suggestion. Somebody like, let's go to your bank account right now and empty out your bank account. You're like, okay, good idea. And there's stories, man. People like get fully robbed, and God knows what else happens probably to them, but there's stories of people that just like, somebody comes in, they're like trying to ask you a question, regular dude wearing regular shorts just trying to ask you a question. What time is it? And you're like, oh, let me check the time. Right there in your face, dragon's breath. And there you are, caught off guard. Next thing you know, you went and rented a car at Rent-A-Car. You know what I mean? Now it's like a big ass SUV hauling your stuff out of your place, and you're helping quite a bit. You're energetic. Like, let me empty out my space. Sounds like a great idea. And offload it into this unmarked van and carry it to this location that I will not remember just because they told me, hey, don't remember. And you're like, okay. So that kind of thing happens. Forget what it's called. I believe it's Dragon's Breath. I may be completely wrong. Don't quote me on this, but look it up on the YouTubes. Write something along the lines of Dragon's Breath, Colombia, drug, making people open to suggestions. So with that being said, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, man. A break and entering is it's a different way of life. It's a different way of doing life. And I don't know what their motive, that's the thing, were they just mentally ill? Because that's the thing, you can't, that's not an excuse for you to be going around doing B&Es if you're mentally ill or imbalanced or something. And man, it just gets me, it gets me going. I don't know what what if I was getting ready to go take a shower? What if somebody breaks in? And unfortunately, in these cases, most cases like this, it's never a hot chick breaking into your place, is it? It's always some, whacked out dude. Never a hot chick, just, just break and enter, tits in your face, let's go. I'll take that kind of B&E any day. You know what I mean? That's the, if there are types of things, I don't know if there's a list where you can sign up, like before you go to a wedding, they send you a little list, or chicken, beef, or veggie, you get a choice, random bum, middle-aged man, hot chick, between random bum, middle-aged man, and hot chick, I'm opting for hot chick every time. I'm just saying. Are there choices to this, What's gonna go down, daddy? Because, that's the thing. I always lock my door. I recommend everybody locks their doors. Times used to be different, man. Back in my day, I remember, again, living in my parents' home. Sometimes, again, if I were alone, I wouldn't even lock the door. I'd be like, whatevs. We got a dog. We got myself. We'll take care of business if need be. But there was never a need. There was never a need. Everybody knew each other for the most part, neighbors. The suburbs, you don't expect anything. And this is not the norm. This is not the norm, and I know you hear things on the news, but this happened like right next door to me, and it's a little bit alarming. But at the same rate, I'm the type that's always I'm a little bit alarmed all day, every day. Just, thinking about stuff, being a little bit hyper aware at times, some might say. So it's not really affecting me in my day, but it is a fun little story, a little bit disturbing at the same rate. And I asked her, I'm like, did you report it to the police? She's like, I was so tired and I just came back from work and all that stuff. So I just went to bed, and then the next day I filed a report. Even though these things, I don't even know how, man, I don't even know, living in a city, you can't even Here's the thing, fam. If you live in a building, I don't know, don't let strangers in, but also maybe let them in. Again, if they're hot chicks, let them in. If they're, if they're not, anything but hot chicks, do not let them in the building, all right? I'm just gonna, that's what it is, fam. If you're coming in here, if you're a dude and you're like, I left my keys, I'm sorry, bro, you're not getting in. I don't know you. Hot chick, different story. Completely opening all the doors. I'll press a damn elevator button, pressing all the floors, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But at the same rate, it depends what you're into, really. But me, for myself, again, if it's somebody, just middle-aged, or like, if you look like you're above the age of 17, 18, and if you're a dude, if I see like the slightest hint of a whisker sprouting on your upper lip, you're not getting in. I don't know you. And I'm sorry, and it sucks, because I want to be like, yes, let's do a fam jam. Come on upstairs. Let's do a little bit of let's do a pod sesh together. But I don't know you, and that is weird. Again, interesting for the ratings. Hella, the realest reality TV there could be, because everything's unpredictable. Any episode, is his life gonna end? You never know, fam. So that's that sort of thing that goes through my mind now. I gotta be, I'm again now double making sure from now on that I lock the doors, dude. And I've got multiple locks. No, I'm not telling you how many locks I got. I got multiple locks, baby. You think you can just burst in here? You think you can just burst in here and take your... Bro, I will do things. God, I will do things. And here's the thing, fam. Here's the thing. Let's have you, I don't want you to get distracted and lose focus, okay? I need you to stay focused, because this shit's serious. This shit impacts all of us. This just the shit that gets the shit going, that, you know what it is, baby. You know what it is. So, before you go ahead and lose track of what's important, I need you to focus. Because if shit goes down, baby, if you just come in here into the headquarters, son, if you think you can just break into the headquarters, son, this right here is fucking tighter than Fort Knox, baby. You think you can just break in here and get away with it? Look how fucking flexible I am, dude. I will fucking flex, homie. Fucking toes out and everything, bruh. What you know about that? Fucking... Right here. This here's my zone. Right here is fucking my zone, dude. You get in here, I will... right there. Right there. Feel me? You get me in any other position, you might have the upper hand, but you get me right here in this zone, dude. You get me right here in this zone with my... I will... You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know, dude. Back in '88, the underground comité went down in the jungles of Thailand. Legend has it that I took all the belts. Legend has it, by the time I was finished at the underground '88 comité, all the belts were gone, baby. All the fucking belts. I took the suspenders, the belts, I took buttons and zippers, dog. Nobody's pants were left intact. So before you get any wild ideas ever, if you think you can just come in here, get your shit ready. Get your shit ready, because, oh man, I will unload so much conversation on you. We're gonna get to know each other on another level. Daddy, you think you can just come in here and I will Right there, bro. Right there, dude. That's the uppercut kicks. They don't teach you that shit in the UFC, son. Watch it in slow-mo. It's all about the angles. Feel me? So if you think I'm gonna get threatened and stop wearing my short shorts that I purchased just prior to the pandy, but I never really got a chance to break him. If you think I'm not gonna wear my short shorts and be comfortable in my own domain, look at me right now. It is on. We're gonna converse, we're gonna get to know each other. I'm gonna lock the doors and we are gonna cast for hours. And sure, I'm gonna have you go take a pee break in the middle, but guess what? When you come back, those doors are still locked. We're continuing this conversation. I wanna get to know you. How did you start? What were your parents doing? What are your parents doing now? You don't even have parents, you have siblings. Are there other family members aware of this circumstance that you are in and placing others in? We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Questions that have never been asked, questions that remain unanswered. Till this day. But let it be known, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm glad you made it. We don't fuck around here. Get to the bottom of things. All right? Unless you're trying to do like community building, in which case I'm all for it, but I don't know your motives. That's all I want to know, you know? Because, again, been young once, had to deal with a little bit of a diddler situation. Don't want to have it repeated again in adulthood. I'm just dealing with everything as I'm going. You know what I'm saying? If you start fucking, things will go down. We'll go down, baby. Or up, depending on your attitude. Things will go up, things will go down. Because I don't want that unexpected, you know what I mean? Just bursting in and like flashing with your willy out. Oh, let's not get it on. Let's not get it on. You know what I mean? It's what it is. Baby, fool me once, again, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Oh, we just fooling around here now. Just getting to the bottom of things. But that's the way I roll, But again, never is I asked. I'm like, what kind of a person was he? Because I want to know. And she's like, it's funny you asked. The police officers asked me the same question, and they provided 2 options. Initially, she's like, her words, not mine, or the cops' words. It's like, so they asked her, like, pick a color, black or white, pick one. Those are the only options. And she's like, oh, well, you're going to be surprised because it wasn't black or white. And I was a little bit surprised too. It was a little bit of a delightful surprise, I'm not going to lie to you. When I asked, and she answered, she's like, yeah, Asian dude, around 5'9", small, medium built, which got me happy in a sense, because you always hear, or at least in the news, you hear like, oh, rise of crime against the Asian community. I got a little bit of Asian in me, and it's just nice to see the Asian community, I guess a little bit of myself, and taking, flipping the script, taking charge. I don't know if that's the right approach, but this fella's putting a new spin on what it means to be, a 5'9", small to medium built Asian dude. You don't have to be typecasted. You don't have to. This guy's breaking boundaries in a sense. At the end of the day, if nobody got hurt, maybe he's doing it for entertainment purposes. Maybe he's doing that door to door. I don't know. Maybe we're in the same game, but he's just taking it a little bit further. To each their own. Don't do that shit. Because you come in here, upper kick, fucking got kicks for days, baby. Sure, soccer didn't pan out the way I imagined it would be. I didn't make it past rep soccer. All right, Dad, but do I still have mad kicks? Yeah. total mad kicks for days, dude. You don't know me, son. An empty can of Coke on the streets is getting kicked. You know? Debris around the house. Debris around the house will get kicked, dude. You don't know me. Don't test me. I will go there. Is what I tell myself. That's the thing. If we're being honest, let's get a little bit emotional. Let's get inside. If shit were to actually go down, I really don't know how I would react. I tell myself that I'd be ready to like fucking UFC the fuck out of you. Fucking, I watch videos, dog. I know what a square is, dude. I will put you in a circle and finish you off with a tight triangle, dude. I'll put you in the triangle, son. Fucking lizard power for life, doggy. Feel me? I'll twist myself. We will become a pretzel, you and I. No one will be able to unlock the pretzel. It is jiu-jitsu magic, some call it. If we get into the pretzel, they'd have to ship us all the way to the Comité of Thailand. So the Grandmaster can come and just pull the slightest, he'll pull one hair strand on my leg and it'll all just fucking but until he pulls on that one particular hair strand, you don't know which one of these hairs on my leg is the key to your release. So fucking before you get any ideas out there, fella. What happened to privacy, dude? What if I'm just walking here and it's Naked Wednesdays, dog? What if it's Naked Wednesdays and you catch me while I've done the podcast and I'm just walking around here naked, dude? What happens then? You know? What happens then? Are we gonna start circling each other? Is it gonna get real primal? Are we gonna, am I gonna reach into my bathroom cabinet and grab the lube and pour it all over myself and we're gonna start getting primal? Are things gonna get weird and hard? Dude, so many emotions go down. I don't know what will happen. You come in here, it's adrenaline, bro. It's adrenaline, it's not a GIF, it's adrenaline, alright? Okay. Hard bodies, hard minds. Soft hearts. You don't know me. So, it's what it is, and yeah, unless you just want to chat, dude, unless you're into like coffee and you just wanted to come up and have a talk with your boy, and you want to just pour your little heart out, I'm into that, sure. But you gotta just, what are we doing here? Because okay, I don't, that's the thing. I do want to have like guests on this show. It's just, I like to be able to book them. You know what I mean? Can we at least exchange a couple of texts or speak over the phone before you barge in here, fucking dangling out and about, just let's talk. Fucking steps to everything, rules, regulations. Don't make me go there and use the power of the comité is within me, dude. In 88, I don't want to remind you how many belts I took away. We started off at 8 a.m. We finished at next morning at 8 a.m. again. So 24-hour time span. And by the time I was finished, there were pools of blood. There's a meat factory right next door, and the pipes were loose, led right into the arena. So nonetheless, I will go there. Don't test me. So that's to each their own, man. I'm not judging you, Gotta get your kicks. But at the same rate, like, what happens? My mind's just like, what happens with this fella? Is he just like, is he playing that, duck duck goose of sexual harassment or shanky poo, What's it gonna, he just pops into your house? Just kidding, nothing here. Keeps going down house, and eventually it's gonna be like he will need to take it up a notch. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can only get so high from just opening doors and barging in and then being fucking let out like a little fucking bull that you are. Fucking, I've got the fucking, I will matador your ass out the fucking door, unless again you want to have a conversation, in which case, a few minutes of just checking, I gotta look at you in the eyes, just make sure everything's looking all right. But otherwise, what are we doing here? It's all about a matter of privacy, really. Again, it's things that are different. When you live in a city with zillions of people, when you live in a city with zillions of people, you don't know what kind of person you're dealing with. I'd like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but at the same rate, at the same rate, boundaries, 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 because I don't want this to turn into a crime scene. I don't want no chalk outline of you being all jujitsu'd out into a pretzel. Next thing you know, they're bringing forensics in. CSI's coming in, zooming in on my carpet, looking at all the hairs. Man, you shed. Yeah. So, and then I'm gonna have to leave the chalk outline, and then I'm gonna get obsessed with chalk outlines. Next thing you know, all my artwork becomes chalk outlines, dude. I can't have you influencing me like that, sir. You know what I mean? And the ladies, honestly, pick up the slack every once in a while. It'd be nice to, ladies gotta pick up the slack. It's always the fellas causing a ruckus. Where are the ladies at? Burst in, just titty out, fucking flash a vag, disappear. Oh my god, flash a vag, disappear? That should be a fucking community program, dude. Flash a vag, disappear. Oh man. It's more flash a vag, disappear should be, but that's the thing. Most of the time, you barely ever get any of that. Mostly an on-call for dong, dude. Right there, middle of the day, 11 a.m. in the city, dong in your face. Dong in the rain, dong in your apartment. It's like, ladies, please pick up the slack and come in there and do it with a little bit of class. You know what I mean? It's, show the fellas how it's supposed to be done. That's what I'm talking about, man. Providing jobs. That's what it's all about. And, and I believe we all got different powers. Everybody's got different capabilities. I don't even believe people have disabilities, or, most of the time it's somewhat of a hidden gift. So, find your hidden gift. But that's that one, there's a particular set of hidden gifts that are questionable. What you doing with all that, appear and disappear in acts? What you doing? Summer, 30 degrees out. You're wearing a trench coat. Why, sir? Just say it. Just saying. It's just a little bit of the, it's the privacy. Because these days you get to, as a person who shares quite a bit, as a person who's dabbled in sharing and caring, I do often still think about the matters of privacy, online privacy, your data, this, that, and the other. But that's the thing. Even this morning, right before the show started, boy was out on his balcony, just doing a Coney sesh. What do I see? Something just hovering in midair. Initial thought, I'm like, here we go again. Fucking aliens, at it again. What are you doing? And the initial thought, right? But that's more wishful thinking. It happened to be I wasn't like, man, what is this? Is this a, because it was far enough for it to look like a bird, but it was still. So, I'm like, what is this? Are we having another glitch? And then, I was about to like hit the fucking background with my hand just to unglitch the system for a second. I thought it was a glitch. I'm like, oh, Matrix. But it wasn't the case, man. It was just, it was a drone. I was like looking right at me, and I'm like, can a guy just take short Fridays and relax a little bit? Can a guy just be, for 2 seconds, can a guy just wear his goddamn short shorts and have a little bit of privacy? But, my mind goes to places. But that's the thing. These days, you don't even. Technically, you could be a mobile perv these days. That's what it is. You don't even need to, like, back in the day. At least people had to get up and go somewhere. Maybe get employment at a place for several years, build relationships with family members, and then work their way in. Memories. So, at least I could be like, all right, someone's putting in the work. These days, you could just be fucking sitting in an unmarked van, flying and jerking at the same time, dude. No one's the wiser. Just flying and jerking. Flying and jerking, dude. You see a fucking drone up in the sky, you see an unmarked van, and it's just moving around, but you only see one head. Fella, flying and jerking. Mobile jerking is what they call it, dude. Which is fucking weird. All I'm trying to say is, we live in a beautiful, wow, really, it's beautiful, just fucking like, I wanted to say beautiful, but it didn't sound like beautiful. The gears didn't turn right. Beautiful things out there, lots of beautiful things, but you gotta just, again, going back to just what happened over the past week with the New York subway thing that happened, the Toronto subway thing that happened, and then the next door thing that just happened. I was like, it was a little bit, but all is good overall. That's the thing. We live amongst zillions of people. You would rarely ever hear of the normalcy of the day. Oh, guy got up, showered, went to work, came back, everything was fine. Lady went to work, she checked in at 4 p.m. at the local library, check-in center, checked out at 5:30, got herself a coffee, went back home, everything was fine. Snooze fast. Snooze fast. It's not gonna sell headlines. That's not gonna get clicked. That's not gonna get attention. Want some of that attention? Gotta get the attention, baby, with the clicky clicky, baity. But, it could also be just a fella flying a drone. Maybe he's like, man, it's pretty dope how we got this cool shiny tech. But I hope that's all you're doing it with and doing it for. Just a little bit of, you're just that middle-aged silly goose that's with his other middle-aged silly goose at 11-ish in the morning flying a fucking drone in the middle of the street. Just two random dudes flying a drone. I'm not judging what you do. Don't judge what I do, but also let's judge. Let's do reversies and judge for a second if we can, if we may. That's what it is, man. Privacy's a thing these days. I think it's all right. Like little by little, I think it's evaporated over the years. Come on, like guys, gals. I think everybody agrees to a large portion we've lost privacy. But then again, like you give up something, you gain a little something on the return, on the back end, on the You know what I mean? So it's, it's you win some, you win some more mentality. That's all there is to it, folks. I hope you're all safe and sound wherever you are. Again, all of us have these magical gifts that we can share with each other. Most of the gifts are nice. Some people need, some people need a group around them just to make sure they're not out there hurting themselves and others. Let's get those people the right care, because I don't want to have to fucking go there. Yeah. Part of me, that's the thing too. Like, again, I never really been like, I'm not a confrontation type of dude. I've been in maybe like I've never even been in a fight. I came into a little shovey in the high school, like one little shovey in the high school. That's been my max. That's my little shovey. That's been that was me being dumb and young and wild and free. Dumb, young, wild, and free. So, other than that, I've never really had any, like, again, when it comes to ability, flexibility, double kick, I'm there with the best of them. When it comes to, ow, fuck my knee, dude. Oh. That didn't hurt. At all. Okay? So, what was I trying to say? When I was on the street meeting with my neighbor, like, part of me, that's the thing, part of me is like the protective fucking, like, the Papa Bear, the big Papa Bear, you know what I mean? Part of me is like, me neighbor, that's me neighbor, that's my neighbor, that's my sister, her home is right next door to my home. It's our home. Part of me's like but she was cool with it. She handled it well. But part of me's like that, bear. And I know it's obvious. Part of me's that bear which likes to fucking bear out sometimes. So I offer. I'm like, hey man, and I've offered this before. I'm like, just through time and again, we've lived close to each other for some time now. I'm always like, a few of my neighbors I'm kind of got a good bond with, got a nice relationship. I'm like, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to knock on the door, whatever, Can I borrow some sugar? Hit me up, dude. Sugar, I got you. Salt, pepper, got you. You know what I mean? And then I offered it. I'm like, man, if anything, but I'm a little bit concerned because I didn't hear a thing. Like, you hear the regular things when you live in an apartment, a baby crying, a dog bark, and a couple talking here. Like, but you hear muffled noise. You don't hear anything clearly. So even if I heard anything, it would have been just like, all right, it's just like, door closing and opening. I hear shit all the time. I don't think of it as I'm like, yeah, if anything comes down, if anything goes down, you let me know. But by the time, like, if shit were to go down in it's one of those, like, it's just a reflex. It's just a reflex. It's just like, let me bear out, dude. You know what I mean? Let me fucking bear out for a second if need be. And I offered it, but at the same rate, again, I don't know what I would do in that situation. I'm probably like, again, I listen to music. Sometimes I'm coning out on the balcony, dude. I'm coned out. Sometimes I might not even like, shit might go down and I might hear about it in the news the next day. You're like, oh, God. So, but a part of me is that, I want to there's that protectiveness within, right? And I think we all got that within us, most of us, where, most humans have that towards themselves, each other, community, family, loved ones, all that good, you know? So part of me is like, oh, when it goes down, but then at the same rate, I'm like, fuck, it already happened. What if it goes down again? If it goes down in my own place, then I know, okay, I know what's going on. We're having a podcast session, dude. That's what's happening. But if it happens to somebody else and I need to step in, and I will step in because I cannot not step in. Because that's the thing. If everybody were to stop and be like, well, maybe somebody else is going to step in and nobody steps in. And then next thing you know, it's Russia all over again, just stepping in. How long's that thing been going on, dude? Pull out already. It's embarrassing. God. How do we get there? I don't know. But point is that, you know, fucking intruders in all forms and shapes and sizes. You just gotta say no. No means no, god damn it. No means no. That's all I know, man. And I hope, I hope this what do I hope for? I don't know this person's mental state, or like, I don't know. That's the thing. Again, I don't know what the police are doing. I don't even know if you can, because like nothing technically happened. But yikes at the same time, you know what I mean? It's what do? Is there a report on this? Like, has there been, have there been other instances where he's breaking in and entering and showcasing or what have you? That's the thing. And people like that definitely, should be, man, it's fuck. It should be, somebody should be watching. Like, you should be, because I don't know what, like, that's the thing. You don't just go into people's homes, man. That is not cool. That is fucking not cool. So I don't know. You should, that's the thing, man. It's people like this that makes me want to be like, chip 'em. Let's go, Elon. Chip this guy right now, because I want to know where he is all day, every day. But it sucks, because again, instances like this that happens, that you're like, fuck it, dude. We need to fucking chip everybody. God damn it. Few bad apples. But yeah, dog, I'm not getting chipped, so that's, you guys figure that out. Fuck getting chipped, dude. Dude, fuck getting chipped, but like that fella, chip 'em. In this case, in this particular, again, context is everything. Chip this motherfucker right now, because if he comes in here not chipped, dude, and I find out that he needed to be chipped, son, oh my god, chip him. But don't chip him. Fuck, what do you do with them? What do you do with these guys? Ladies, pick it up a little bit. Or maybe it happens, nobody talks about it, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing, if you found out a lady just breaks in your place and flashes her tits and vag and vanishes, do you want to be the guy that's like, oh, a lady broken in my house? And like, first of all, like, that's the thing. Do you keep that to yourself because like it feels like a nice little treat? You don't want to just mess with it, because it becomes like your favorite ice cream shop in the city. Like, you like an ice cream shop. You're like, man, this ice cream shop's the best ice cream shop. They sell the best ice cream. And you talk about it, next thing you know, line up at your favorite ice cream spot. So now, what do? Maybe there are ladies who just fucking, if it is, that's also admirable, doing it on the down low. Doing it on the low key, just a little bit of that flash bandits, feel me? Or maybe that's just me wishful thinking right now, you know what I mean? But that's where it's at right now. These are, again, there are a ton of people that always talk about, equality, and I want women to step up here. I want the ladies to also do with it what you will. Do with it what you will. I love you. Thank you very much for all the love and support. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can find these beautiful videos uninterrupted. No ads, no commercials, no corporation behind us. That's the biggest thing. No corporation behind us. No bosses. Nobody telling us what to do. Just you and me bonding together, going along, no censors, no adjusting to any sort of rules or regulations, because the way to do it is to do it freely and without any, oh, I gotta erase this. No erasers in here, baby. We're just plowing through. So go ahead, talk about the show. Thank you very much for all the love and support, giving you all out there a ton of love and support. Whatever you're doing on your journey, I got your back. Go head on, fist first, dicks out, chest out, badge out, dude. All right, just embrace it and you will be a success. I'm sure of it. You already are. If you're alive and breathing, it is a wonderful day. It is spring. It is sprung. Go out there, enjoy your days, conquer it. We'll be back here again on Monday, rocking and rolling, baby. Peace out.